What's up, guys, and welcome in. So I got some guidance to talk about gratitude as a frequency and explaining how being grateful aligns you with more things that you would be grateful for, right? Blessings, windfalls of money, free stuff, that kind of thing, right? So you'll hear instances of like people talk about how like their life has become a lot more synchronistic. At the last minute, something worked out and they were able to pay off all their debts, or somebody coming into a lot of money, or finances changing, or like that kind of energy, that money energy, that financial energy, that abundance energy. So how this works is like you can't perceive things that you're not the frequency of, right? So I'm going to give you guys a parallel for a moment, right? And I've explained this on my channel before, but let's think about when you're frantically looking for something, right? And you can't seem to find this thing. Like your it might be your keys, it could be your wallet. For me, it was my glasses. Like it's something that's very important and critical, and I need it right now, right? Most people start to get into a state of like stress and anxiety and fear, like, oh my God, where is it? I don't know where it could have dropped, or where it is, or did somebody take it, or whatever, right? Most of the time, from a standpoint of like the multiverse and selecting reality, when you're in that state of anxiety and fear and all that stuff, you're actually repelling finding the thing that you're looking for. You're sending out a signal that's saying, make me blind to the thing that I'm looking for. So when you're looking for something, right, like it could be the remote or whatever, when you're looking for something, the first thing that you should do is just calm down. Because when you calm down, now you're remaining steady, you're remaining clear, and you're able to pick up on information physically, energetically, however you want to look at it, where it will align you to finding the thing a lot faster. You just think back on a time where you were stressed out about finding something, and then you were just like, man, I don't know where this thing is, I give up, I've been searching for this forever. And then right when you do that, you find the thing. This is how frequency works in general, right? Now, going back to the gratitude thing, when you are in the mode of gratitude, right? I don't mean just like saying stuff. I mean like really truly feeling the emotion of gratitude, right? You are aligning yourself with blessings. That is the frequency of blessings. You're saying, I'm thankful for the stuff that I have. There are so many things to be thankful for right now, right? If you're watching me, right, and you can see me on the screen, that means that your eyes work. That's something to be grateful for. If you make it through this whole video without suffocating, you can breathe. That's something to be grateful for, right? If you have a roof over your head, if you have AC, if you have heat, whatever, like little things to be grateful for. If you have money for food, right? Or if you have someone that's giving you food, that's something to be grateful for. There's so many things to be grateful for, and oftentimes people will get hung up on the lack or the scarcity. That is its own frequency. When you are fixated on lack, when you're fixated on scarcity, then that is what you experience, right? It's a choice. You're choosing to feel like I don't have enough, right? When if you looked at the entirety of the world or the universe or whatever, I'm sure we could identify somebody that has less than, right? In terms of that perspective for you, like they have less than you. If you look at their situation, you might have a moment, be like, wow, like it's actually not that bad, right? It's a perspective shift, but many people need to see something terrible before the perspective shift happens, right? You don't miss the thing until it's gone. So instead of missing it when it's gone, acknowledge it while it's here. When you train your mind to acknowledge the things that you have here in the now, right now, I have so many things to be grateful for. When you train yourself to do that, you align with that frequency. It's much, much easier to train yourself to be grateful for the things that you already have than to continue to strive to make something work, right? Things you're locking onto the present, right? I don't know exactly how to explain this, but I have theories on how like gratitude and the present are like of similar frequencies, or maybe it's the same frequency. I don't know, right? I'm just like, this is how my mind works. I start trying to figure out like, what is the connection there? But anyways, being grateful for the stuff that you have is very important. If you want things to flow, if you want things to be easier, right? Like hard mode is a choice. Like things, I'm not saying difficult things aren't happening, and I'm not saying that you're not gonna have to go through these things in order to get to a point where you're like, oh, okay, like I'm actually in control of this situation or circumstance, or how I react, or there are things that I could be looking at that I am genuinely grateful for, right? This takes training. I'm not saying like everybody just cold turkey just stop feeling bad, but I wanted to explain the mechanics of this, because I think that making that parallel of like when you don't know where something is and you start stressing out, and then when you let it go, right? And letting go can be applied to a lot of different things. It could be situations where you're attached to a situation, you let it go, and then all of a sudden it just seems to work out, right? That's energy, right? That tension that is created by you, but you also have the ability to let go of the tension. And when you do, it kind of slingshots in the other direction, right? So for situations, they tend to work themselves out or dissolve, or something else swoops in to your reality and you're like, oh wow, this actually worked out, right? But it takes that letting go. It takes that, I'm gonna just relax. I'm gonna just be grateful for what I have. I'm sure that this will work itself out. I'm sure that the thing I'm looking for will find me. Like you have to find me is an important thing too. Is like you are the center of your experience. So it's like you can shift your energy to, I don't know if magnetic is the right word, but you can shift your energy to a way where things kind of come to you, right? They are drawn to you. You send out a request and you're just like, I'm sure this is coming, right? It could be relationships, it could be the thing, it could be finances, it could be so many different things, but that sitting in the center feeling of like, okay, I'm sure this is gonna be fine, right? That's what I'm talking about here, is not creating energetic tension. So I hope that this was helpful for somebody out there, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Oh, this thing's still recording. I'm using like a mirror thing. Hold on.